Get you some money. It's called an emergency fund as one of your first steps. Get you some money. Get yourself out of debt.
Saving is complicated. Even Dave Ramsey has struggled with it. Some of us are big spenders, and some of us are savers. And for the spenders, accumulating $2,000 quickly is asking a lot. But that's the magic number according to Ramsey, $2,000. $2,000 to give you a feeling of safety and security. Saving doesn't grow wealth. Now, you might be thinking, this goes against everything we've learned because every financial guru tells you to invest to grow wealth, not hoard it in the bank. But some savings are meant to be your shield, and it's a shield you really need to protect you from the unexpected blows life can sometimes throw your way. So, no, it's not as glorious as doubling your money overnight, but when that storm comes, you'll be glad to have that shield. And the way to go about this isn't getting a second job or starting a side hustle. It's to use our existing resources to build up that fund so we can live large without worrying about the stormy day up ahead. Welcome to Investor Weekly, where today we're exploring how you can save $2,000 fast without needing to make extra money. Understand your expenses. So, how do we forge this financial shield? It starts with understanding your expenses. And even the best of us fail to understand our expenses properly, which leads to problems in savings.
But I'm weak at saving, and that's why God makes me teach this every day. I'm no longer weak at saving, but it wasn't my natural default. I had to intellectually decide to have an act of my will to save and invest.
The first step to gaining that control is to know where your money is going. So take out a notepad, or better yet, an Excel spreadsheet, and note down your income and every single expense you have per month. And that includes the small things too. That coffee you grab every morning, write it down. The monthly gym subscription, write it down. Even your Netflix subscriptions and Amazon Prime membership, write it all down.
A written budget, when you will lay it out and stick to it, will give you the sense that you have gotten a raise. It feels like you got a raise because your money is so stinking out of control when it's not in control.
You'll be surprised to find out just how much money slips away on seemingly trivial things. You might find out you've been spending money on things you don't even use, which is eating up small amounts every month, but compounding it into bigger numbers across years.
We're going to stick to it. You don't have that. You're just hoping is all you're doing. You're not planning. You're hoping.
Trim the fat. All right, once we know where the money's going, it's time to cut the fat, which means it's time to embrace the minimalist lifestyle. Don't worry, this is just temporary, all in the pursuit of saving our emergency fund as quickly as possible. So we're going to need to make some sacrifices. So cancel that Netflix subscription, avoid eating out, and put a pause on your online shopping sprees. Start packing a lunch to work instead of ordering out. In fact, that's probably the first thing you should do, since recent studies have shown that the average household spends over $3,000 a year on food outside the home. That's over $250 per month you could be saving. Remember, this is just until you have that $2,000 saved. And you're not alone in this. Even Dave Ramsey went through a period of serious budgeting to get his finances in order.
Is when we started out, we had two separate envelopes, one for restaurants and one for groceries, so that we didn't go to the restaurant and eat the grocery money, because you can do that really easily.
Oh, yeah.
And keep those categories separate.
Marie Kondo your life. You might even cut the fat by getting rid of things that, as Marie Kondo says, no longer spark joy. Purge your home of items that no longer serve you or your financial well-being by selling them. Whether it's a piece of furniture that's been stuck in your garage for years, or a China tea set you've never used in your life. Start looking at selling your items on platforms like Facebook Marketplace and start getting rid of the clutter. Converting these items into cash could be the turning point, getting you away from a paycheck-to-paycheck lifestyle. Negotiate where you can. And once you've trimmed the fat, it's time to negotiate the bills you currently pay that you can't avoid, whether it's your phone bill or the electricity bill. So pick up your phone and call your service providers. Tell them you're on a budget. And this is easier than you think, and it can lead to significant savings because they wouldn't want to lose you as a customer. You might say something along the lines of,
Well, here's the situation. I've got a lot of bills, and here's what you're going to get. You're either going to get a settlement from me or you're going to get nothing. Which one do you want? Well, we don't negotiate. I understand. But you're going to get nothing is what you're saying. You want nothing? Is that what you want me to? You want me to go and give this money I've got to one of my other bills because you're going to take nothing. If you knock something off, we can talk. But if you don't knock something off, I'm gone.
And while you're at it, don't hesitate to ask for a discount. Museums, concerts, and most stores usually have discounts for students, teachers, seniors, and AAA members. So you don't want to lose out on those benefits. You can even find deals and coupons on cashback apps like Rakuten or Honey and start saving up that emergency fund. Control spending habits. But of course, there is no better solution to saving than controlling your spending habits. You don't have to completely eliminate the things you love, but you can cut back on things that eat up your money a little bit every day and compound to huge amounts by the end of the year. Like a Starbucks coffee, it's only $5, but if you get it every day on your way to work, that's about $1,300 a year, which is already a huge percentage of your emergency fund. A survey conducted in 2022 found that the average consumer spent $300 per month just on impulse purchases. This has to stop. Make a list of essentials, things you cannot do without every month, and stick to it as much as possible for at least a few months, until you've built up that $2,000 fund. Make it a point to do this every month, and if you live with a roommate or a partner, involve them in your financial planning as well.
The two of you sit down and say, for groceries this month, we want to spend X. Okay, we're going to spend X on entertainment. And then what you do, the two of you are in agreement that the reason we're limiting our entertainment spending to $50 is so that, so that's a big deal, we can get control of our money, get out of debt.
Controlling your expenses will also involve saying no a few times. We're immersed in a culture obsessed with instant satisfaction. Everything you want is at your fingertips, and social media creates new ones for you to fulfill every day. But if you can master the art of pressing pause, or even saying no for the time being, you'll be amazed at the amount of money you will save. It's a substantial shift in mentality that can lead to healthier spending habits. So, to make that easier, I'm going to introduce you to the $0 budget. The $0 budget. The philosophy here is, you can't be frivolous with your money if you have no money to spend. If every dollar you earn is assigned a function, then there is nothing left over for impulse purchases, shopping sprees, and eating out. That's where the $0 or zero-based budget comes in. The concept is pretty straightforward. Your total income minus your total expenditures equals 0, signifying that every single penny has been accounted for and invested or spent properly. Creating a zero-based budget isn't as challenging as it may sound. You simply start by recording your monthly net income and counting all of your expected expenses for the month, prioritizing things like bills, food, and transport. These are the fundamentals. Prioritize these before you count your gym memberships and Netflix subscriptions. Once your essential expenses are handled, jot down the remainder of your monthly costs, including haircuts, date nights, and whatever things your kids need. The idea is, we aren't taken by surprise by anything. We plan ahead and prepare for events or occasions that require savings, be it holidays, weddings, or birthdays. You can even set up a reserve in your budget to put away funds every month so you're prepared when the time comes. Alright, after doing all that, you still have a surplus of say $100. You aren't done yet. That leftover money needs to have some function, perhaps towards debt or possibly invested in something that assists you in better understanding your finances. And then you stick to that written budget.
You live according to the numbers that you write down. You do not spend anything except what is written down without coming back and adjusting the budget.
In a zero-based budget, every dollar has a role, and nothing goes to waste, giving you greater control over your finances and spending habits. We're halfway through 2023 right now. It's not too late to start. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to Investor Weekly for more financial and budgeting advice to make your money work for you.